Ooh, I didn't want to cry on your show. Hello everyone, how you all doing? Y'all remember I talked about KAFFY on our last video, so let me refresh the memory. You see, KAFFY actually opened up. She revealed to the public on an interview with media personality Trude that she's divorced and she's actually healing right now. I showed you all the video and also the place where she teared up while explaining her marital saga to everyone. And yes, she also added that her husband cheated on her with her best friend. So she said this, and mind you all that their divorce story was not actually something new. According to the husband who reacted to what KAFFY said that he cheated, he said that he's not denying the fact that he's a cheating husband, but he has never cheated on KAFFY with her best friend. And also he said that KAFFY should move on and stop trying to get the public sympathy, as their divorce did not even happen this year. Actually, he said that it's been a year since they divorced. And of course, he thought that KAFFY might have moved on from him by now. And of course, he wishes her well, but he doesn't understand why KAFFY had to bring up their divorce story again, as he's very confused. He said that he doesn't know what KAFFY is trying to prove. And also, he doesn't understand why KAFFY is trying to play paint him dirty, trying to make him look like the bad guy in the marriage. He also said that they are actually not the first couple to get a divorce, and he doesn't understand why KAFFY is actually trying to make it a big scene. And yes, he attested that he's younger than KAFFY. You see, KAFFY is actually 8 years older than her husband, and then her husband also said that not that he was tired of KAFFY, or not that he's abusing the fact that his wife KAFFY is actually older than him. And the main storyline is that their divorce was not triggered by, he said they divorced not because he actually cheated on her. He said he pointed out some things that are not going well in their marriage, and of course he said he has tried to endure, but he cannot cope with it, so he had to call it a quit. And mind you all that their divorce is over a year now. It's just ringing. And when this divorce happened, it wasn't known to social media. Nobody was actually aware because it wasn't something that was public. Then he doesn't understand why KAFFY had to bring up the divorce again, trying to get sympathy from the public, trying to make him a bad guy. This said man, Joseph Ame, this is actually the very first time he is reacting to things like this, because it has never been heard that Joseph Ame, he's also a music producer, and not much is really heard about him, as his profile remained kind of secret to the public, and he also avoids scandals like this because he doesn't want to be dragged. You can also check out his Instagram page to see the kind of person he is. He's very, very close to his kids, as he doesn't want to lose them, and of course he doesn't want anything that will make his children see him as a bad person. You see, this father of two, Joseph Ame, took to his Instagram page to explain to people to clear his name, because he has never been in this kind of scandal before. So Joseph Ame, who reacted to her claim, took to his Instagram page stating that he never slept with any of KAFFY's close friends or best friends, and was not violent with her, but accepted that he made some silly mistakes in his marriage. Okay, this was what he wrote. I will make this as brief as possible. I made a lot of silly mistakes in my life and in my marriage. I take full responsibility of all my foolishness with absolutely no excuses, he said. However, I never slept with your best friend or close pals. Neither have I ever been violent towards you, contrary to the narratives flying around about me. Ame, who advised his ex-wife to move on maturely as he is trying to, adding that this is the last time he will speak on their broken marriage. You see, Joseph Ame is introverted, and he doesn't like all this unnecessary social media attention or being dragged around by fans. He said he has advised his ex-wife, KAFFY, to move on. And then, of course, he has. But one thing I actually like about this whole thing is that I like the fact that he did not deny all the accusations. He said, yes, that he cheated, but definitely not with KAFFY's best friend. Doesn't understand why KAFFY is trying to make a fuss about it. He said he isn't the first man to cheat, and he obviously won't be the last person, and that KAFFY should learn to move on. We are talking about a marriage, a contracted marriage, a marriage based on contract. Why won't it end? And of course, the lady is older than her supposed husband. In all this, I feel KAFFY is still in love with this guy because, it's really rare to come by ladies who actually will agree to marry a man whom they are older than. So I think KAFFY is really in love with him and wouldn't want to let go. Doesn't want to. I think if you ask me, KAFFY doesn't want to end the marriage. Because come on, the marriage has been over for a year now, and then recently she's bringing it up again and then tearing up. I really don't blame her on this, because I feel it's hard for her to move on. And on that aspect, she said she has actually moved on, that she has actually healed from her husband. I feel it's a lie because, we ladies who wouldn't want to aim up and then tell the whole world, yes, I'm still in love with my husband. People will tell you that you're being a desperado and all of that. So I feel she really loves that guy enough. She really, really loves him. And of course, wants to keep her marriage. There are so many comments about this. I told you all that anything one cannot handle privately and then brings it to social media, there'll be so much opinions about it. There was a comment that got me. The commenter said that the man, being Joseph Ame, actually married KAFFY because of her money. But I don't really buy that because this same young man we are talking about also have the money. He has money. He's a producer. He's popularly known. And of course, he's also a very famous person, although not very heard because he doesn't have much bad scandals. He's just on a low, and yes, he's verified too, and he's also making his money. I don't think it was KAFFY's wealth that lifted him or made him who he is today. Most Nigerians and the way we think, we don't buy the idea of falling in love with someone, a lady falling in love with someone whom she's older than. And then worse comes to worse, if she's actually older than that same guy, forget it. Nigeria will drag your hair. Nigeria will drag your father into it. Nigeria will tell you, guy, you only married her because of her wealth. Come on. And also, KAFFY is also at fault because there are things she did in the marriage that this said young man did not really tolerate. Okay, he said he's been tolerating it and could no longer because he said marriage is not a do or die affair. I don't really know how people paint marriage, but come on. In dating the person, you must have seen the worst and the good in that same person. And yes, no lady will want a broken marriage. Also ranging from the fact that KAFFY is coming from a very wrecked home. She has been through a lot, just as she has shared on her Instagram page. And I think she wants a comeback, just that the supposed husband, or should I say the ex-husband, doesn't want her anymore. I think this Joseph Ame is actually trying to keep it clean and matured, just as he advised on his page. And he also added that he won't be sharing or letting the public know what his wife has done in the marriage. I mean, the red flags about his wife, he's not going to share with the public because he doesn't want to tarnish her image. But he would respect the fact that KAFFY would take back all the accusation. KAFFY would tell the public that he did not cheat on her with her best friend or close pals. That guy is really matured now. But I don't even understand what is going on. Fame demands a lot, a whole lot. Because it's hard to see a celebrity, Nigerian celebrity, married and then still in the marriage. There are so many broken marriages, and it's hard to see most of all these celebrities happy in their marriage. It's just few that are still in their husband's house, and as well few that are still with their wives. As the way they take this divorce thing like it's a normal thing to do. So why get married when you know you have plans to divorce? And these people, they don't even last in their marriage. When you ask most of all the celebrities, they be like they don't even care because they feel making the money is the ultimate and then living well. But just as I always say that there are things money can never purchase. There are some certain peace of mind. Although let me just pause it there because I know that marriage is not an achievement. Permit me to use that word. It's just a means to an end. Just like, should I say David Ibiomi or did Ayedepo say that? So there is something called relationship. And of course, you should know if the person you are currently dating, if you can spend the rest of your life with that person. Marriage is not something you can just wake up one morning and then decide to end. Because the rate at which broken marriages are being heard is just so terrible. Decide if it's the person you're dating now that you want to end up with. Because just like marriage is not marriage is not dating. Marriage is having someone by your side that you will spend the rest of your whole life with. Not 1 year, the rest of your life with. So this divorce here and there is really somehow it's weird. It's not making me happy. But it's also their choice because of course peace of mind comes first. And if you feel your partner is not worth it anymore, your partner does not deserve you anymore, you can call it a quit before we start hearing or we'll start hearing story that touches the heart. So that is it, my YouTube family. If you're new to this channel, please pardon me for that. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And of course, I welcome you to Gist Central, your #1 celebrity gist and shows. Don't forget to subscribe and of course turn on post notification. And of course, leave your comments below. You can also share to your friends. Thank you for watching. I remain your favorite girl, Ella OKC.